All right, so that's a perfect, man. Because I also wanted to talk about like where we all met and stuff.
Yeah,
So like take it back a little bit to the high school days and stuff.
yeah,
You know. So
100%.
like,
Those days,
damn.
mate.
So Jimmy and I pulled up to Tanzania in what 2012, I would say.
Yeah,
So when did when
y'all were at Potea Hotel.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Hey, man, we were living in that hotel, bro. Dude, first we lived at Seacliff. It was like damn bougie. It was super
Hmm.
nice. And then we got downgraded to Protea, man, for like 3 months.
Wait,
Man.
they
Yeah, I was
kicked you
next to
Oh
out,
Lil.
bro.
no, it was a downgrade, bro. I'm not gonna complain. I mean, we lived in a hotel, It was kind of
Hmm.
nice for a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
still remember that chicken your mom made, man. I won't ever forget that. Bro. That's crazy. I won't forget that, bro.
Man.
I remember you had
Oh,
that mohawk.
oh no, don't bring that up, bro. I don't need anyone to see that.
Yeah, damn. That was
Yeah,
those days, Marty. The good old. Maybe we could put a picture of you with the mohawk
yeah.
somewhere in the
Oh,
I
podcast.
feel
fine,
that. I
See if you
feel
can
that.
win
fine,
that.
fine.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
All right.
But
So yo,
Ali, you were already there, right?
Yeah,
You
I
actually
was there
pulled
for
up a
about a
year
year.
after. Okay.
Yeah, I was there for about a year already. I came in
And,
2011.
and how come? What brought you to TZ? And
Family, man.
where did you come from? Actually, man, before we talk about TZ, man, tell us about like, where you actually from, bro. Your roots, where
the
you grew up.
kingly,
Yeah.
the kingly origins.
Yeah,
Oh,
King
bro.
Lee.
Your background story.
My dad from Senegal, West Africa. My mom, she from Panama, South
Yes, sir.
America, and I was born in Maryland. But my roots is my roots. So I consider myself African at heart. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's where we came from. Um, so I lived in the U.S. You know, for most of my at the time, like till 2007. Then I moved to Angola. After Angola, I went back to the
Damn.
U.S. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and then
there you
after
go.
that, that's when I went to Tanzania. So I came to Tanzania right out of ATL.
Damn.
So
Damn. That's what's up. That's what's
Bro,
up.
I
that
never
was,
even knew that you lived in Angola, my G.
yeah, bro. Angola was a dope country. Looking back at like it was dope to be at. Like looking back, like the people were so, you know what I mean? Like it was so rich in culture. Like people were so nice.
Right.
The country was bad because they came out of a 20-year civil war. Like it was polluted. There was mad poverty. If you go out to the rural areas, there's still landmines from just the 20 years of just
Mm-hmm.
warfare.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but like living there, it was kind of like I had to like drive an hour to get to school every day. It was more than an
Yeah.
hour there and
Wow.
back. But looking back on it, I still got some close friends that who 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 were there in Angola.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some that came to Tanzania. Bernardo de Mata, right?
I was just thinking about him. He
Yeah,
was on.
that's all.
He did IC and all that.
Exactly.
And through that.
That was one of my boys. Um,
Oh, we saw him at Wuha, right?
yeah, we saw. That
Turning
was
up in the crowd.
crazy.
And
How we saw him at
that
Wuhan.
was
Yeah.
He
insane.
was
What?
right behind me, dude. He tapped me. I was like,
Who is
Yeah.
this?
"Yo, this dude
Word.
Bernardo,"
Shouts to
Yeah.
that.
and we all knew him too because I see it. So
Yeah. So quick
yeah.
sec for the people listening, if y'all don't know the things that they just mentioned is the first one is ICEA. It's what does it stand for?
International
Intern
Schools of Southern and Eastern Africa. I think.
Okay, yeah. So that's like a sports tournament. Like I think all of us have been to it. It's like all the international schools in West Africa, and it's really sick because
South and East Africa, bro.
yeah, East and South Africa, whatever. Um, we all like
Flipped
meet up
around
at
again.
one school basically, and and yeah, it's a great opportunity for like all the international students in the region to like link up, meet, and a lot of
Mm.
even like long friendships have like evolved from like those times, which is really
Mm.
great. Like even one of the homies, like Jan, he was on Who Dat Wednesday. Like the first time I
Mm.
ever met him was at ICEA.
Yeah.
That's where we linked up, got to know each other. And
Shout out
then
Miles for one of the ideas. Still
yeah,
to this day, man. Still featuring Who This Wednesday. A bunch of people we know from that. Good
it's really
connections made thrice. Yeah.
yeah, and this is like 5 years ago now, 5 6 years for
Yeah.
all of us. Like
Literally.
really crazy.
Mm.
And then the next thing was Wuha. So y'all
Mm-hmm.
wanna? You want to say a little something about that?
Just run the tape, bro. Just run the tape.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
play the tape right now,
But
bro.
for a
yeah, so
little highlight reel.
Painful pennies fall from pocket holes. Run it up, said run it up, run it up. I ain't getting no love from these niggas, no. But these woes gon' make up for all my foes. Painful pennies fall from pocket holes. Run it up, said run it up, run it up.
Had to run it up on my knee, bust kneecap. Shit, I mean, no cap, north side, make a nigga mad. See, he back in the east lines creep. Knew we had it since the days of MGs. Lifestyle took a couple years off at the least. Worthwhile for myself, but the
so Wuha is like another this festival that we all went to this summer. And yeah, so super crazy that your friend like from Angola was like at
Mm.
this festival too. Like,
The world
I
is
just saw
small,
you,
man.
bro.
The world is small.
Yo,
Whoever tells you the world is like, no, man.
it's
The world is very small.
yo, but Ali, man, I have this conversation with people like they're telling me the world is small, whereas I can't agree with that, bro.
Bro, I even
But
remember to this day, Matthew, you told me some crazy story that I even think of sometimes to this day about how like you met your uncle like in the middle of
Yeah.
a
Yo,
Tell that
yo,
story. Tell that
that's
story.
so scary. All right, let me tell a story. Let me set the scene. All right, so we're out here in Kampala, which is capital of Uganda, for those of you who don't know, and busy ass city. Like, I mean, almost too many people to really be comfortable in, you know. And so I'm in the car with my family, and we're driving to the village, right? And because shout out to the roots, that's where it's from, you know. And we're driving through Kampala through like a market square. So again, if you can imagine like a super busy, dense city in a market, and I'm sitting in the front seat. Shout out front seat, and I'm like, I got my headphones in, so I can't hear what's going on in the conversation in the car. And so my mom and my dad are talking about my uncle, right? Happens to be, whatever conversation they're having. And just as they're having that conversation, we pass a corner of the market, again, super busy, and I see my uncle standing there on the corner. And of course, I got my headphones in, so I can't hear the conversation. So I pull my headphones out, I turn to them, I'm like, oh, damn, yo, his name's Uncle Fred. I was like, yo, that was Uncle Fred. Like, yo, that's crazy. I just saw him. And the entire car froze. Like, no one spoke for like at least 20 seconds. They're like, yo, we were literally just talking about that guy. How the hell has he now just popped up out of nowhere? Keep in mind, man, like this is an uncle, you know what I mean? Just like in the middle of an African city. There's so many uncles about in Uganda, bro. Like, and out of nowhere, he just pops up in the middle of
Hey,
this market square.
mind you, 1.5 million people in this city, dude. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
thank you for the stats.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Coincidences in life, man.
Yeah,
Coincidences in life.
But so what I was like, that's those kind of stories, like they make us feel like the world is small, but I feel like it's a misconception, bro. Like I feel like it's just like these networks that as like nomads, in our way of thinking about being a nomad, like we just become part of like these networks that I don't think there's that many people in them, right? Like I don't really know how this works, man, because I think most people they just go through life like living in one or two cities or literally one city, one country. And so all of us that like move around a lot become entwined in these networks of people that I really don't think that there's that many of us, dude. Like you get
Um,
what I'm saying?
I
Like
mean,
as
if you
in there's so much in the world and there's so much space and there's so many amazing huge things just going on. But then these little networks are what connect us like across the whole thing. But that network ain't that big, which is why we like recognize each other, bro. Like even at Wuha, bro, I'm there, I'm like turning up to Travis Scott and I turn around and I see this guy that I met 5 years ago in Burkina Faso, bro.
Yeah.
Like why go on
yeah,
with that, bro? I was like,
Chances of
What
that.
are you doing
That's
here,
crazy.
man?
because
That's crazy.
I agree on one hand, because if you also think about it, like, this network that you're talking about is also like, I don't know, kids that went to like international school abroad, and who have had like who have met through that, and then through that, via people move around, and you create that network of, which is a pretty small amount of people, people who have gone to like international school, whatever, at least relative to the rest of the world. So I do agree with that network, but then it's still crazy that like in a massive crowd at Wuhan, just you you just happen to be like I get it. Like
Yeah.
it's not crazy that you are at Wuha at the same time.
Yeah.
But for you to have decided something told you
Yeah.
like, let me go stand there, and that
Yeah.
person thought the exact same. He's like,
Yes.
I feel like I should
that
stand
is.
there.
Mhm.
And when that shit happens, I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
What?
connection, bro. Is
Bro,
crazy.
and it's the
Why?
fact that Bernardo was like one of my best friends. Like he was one of the only people that like I would hang out with, like in Angola. Like it wasn't some random, LIS kid from Angola. Like this was my bro. We used to play We online. We, bro. We was playing Mario Kart online. Like,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Bruh.
crazy, dude.
And I got lost. Remember when I got lost, bro? Come on, man. That was a big place, bro. I got lost almost for a
at
whole
the
day.
festival. Huh?
Right, that was rough, man. I got
Bruh,
lost.
just to put in perspective, there's an estimated 30,000 people at Wuha, and this one friend so happened to tap on this man's shoulder
Right.
at one of
During
the
the
busiest sets. The Travis one was mad. We'll put some footage of that. You'll see
Yo,
people.
Yo, Ali, don't tell me it was during Travis, dude.
It was during Travis. I
Bro,
still have the
Travis
even
footage to
mine
this
was
day.
during Travis, dog.
And let
See
me
what I
tell you,
mean? Maybe
Yo,
maybe
it's
it's
Travis, bro. It's just Travis, dog.
Travis
But
is
then
God.
I
dude.
turn
Travis
around,
is
I
God,
turn around,
bro.
and I just see this dude like they're turning up, and I'm like, dog, nah. I
Oh
literally
my
met
god.
you. I literally met you when I was 16 years old, traveling to Burkina Faso for the first time by myself, like friend of a friend there, and I met you, and I just see you here, like, nah, dog.
But maybe you're right, bro. I see what you meant by like we're a part of a network that we think is big, but really it's not that big.
You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
like and like we're destined to kind of meet the same people. Like, you know what I mean? Because we all kind of do the same thing. Like a lot of people end up in Europe. You know what I mean? A lot of people end up going to concerts
Yeah.
that did what we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But there's
yeah.
still a huge amount of people who don't. And then again, like gotta say, like the opportunities that we had, I can say for myself, man, blessed for it, bro. Blessed,
Oh,
man. You know what I mean?
100%. No
Like,
every
doubt about
day
it, bro.
blessed, bro.
For sure.
Every day
Because
blessed, man.
if it weren't for like my family moving around with the U.S. government, I probably would just be in the U.S. You know what I mean? In some small circle in the same neighborhood, doing the same shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
But I was blessed with the opportunity to be able to stretch out. You know what I mean? And travel. And like I think you guys could say the same. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I trip out
Bro, we've
sometimes
had more.
when like when I link up with, I don't know, like a friend from like my hometown here in Holland,
yeah.
and I'm like, I go back to the neighborhood in Gouda, shout out Gouda, and I go back and I'm like, they've been living in that exact house like
Yeah.
since I left in 2005, and it doesn't, not that my experience is any like better or something, but it's just so different, and I'm like, for me, I'm so grateful to have moved to all those places and to have had the opportunity to do that, because it has made me into a person that I'm just so grateful for that, dude. And like, man, just being nomadic like that has taught me so much
Yeah.
as well, and
That's
developed
the
me
whole.
in
Yeah.
such a different way, which like that's why we all connected, like we're all relating on that level,
Yeah.
but
That's
it's
why
crazy.
it's nomadic. That's why it's nomadic, man.
Yeah, man.
It's nomadic. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah,
Hey.
like in that sense, because of that opportunity, and almost like that privilege, like that also sometimes gives me like a sense of I can't mess this up kind of thing, like
Yeah.
all the resources or whatever that have been in
Yes.
Marty, what are you doing? But yeah, everything
right.
that's been invested in me, or like, I don't know, everything I've seen, like I can't let that go to waste now.
Of like people in Tanzania, parents who running big businesses, doing big work. You know what I mean? Like we take advantage of those networks to help everybody out, to get everybody in the fold, bro.
Yeah.
All of us don't have an excuse to be great, bro. You know what I mean? Like we don't have an excuse. You know what I mean? Because opportunities come out of that.
Yeah.
Opportunities come out of the people you know. It's people
Yeah.
like our planet is. It's about us. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if we don't take
Yeah, man.
advantage of those connections, and we just think that we could do everything on our own, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what was the point of me meeting all of you guys if I'm not here talking? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
what's the point?
Yeah.
We gotta a high tide raises all ships. We gotta work together. Like we all trying to go up. We all trying to
Damn,
go.
that's the quote, bro.
That's cool. All right, put that
Hey,
up.
Yeah.
hey, yo,
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Yeah, okay, I'm
hey.
done here.
For real, though, man. For real. Social capital is the best capital, man. Like,
Yeah, it is. It's the only
yeah,
capital.
you know.
Money
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
and like,
For
bro,
real.
I think that's something very much that all of us, because all of us we all tied to Africa, by blood, and I think that these kind of, because how like our going back home, like how our families live and shit, right? Like the tight knitness of our families and like how relationships work within the family and everything. I think that because we in a way each of us like this nomadic lifestyle and like the way our parents decided to go about their lives, we're so grateful for it.
Yeah.
But in a way, it like tore us away from that fabric. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
Like we
Mm.
don't have something that we're not a part of something as coherently as we would be that like our ancestors have been a part of for like generations, bro. Like thousands
100%.
and thousands of years of like having these like family units, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And like,
Mhm. Parents made it out the mud, man.
you know what I'm saying? Like I like to say
Sure.
out the dust, my G, because it's too
Mhm.
dusty out where
West
we claim.
West Africa.
Ain't no precipitation, bro.
Yeah. So what I sometimes think about is like the way that we then move out of our places and we create like these new families, bro, and like each of us becomes like these new nucleus of like, such like a tight knit like squad of people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that is I don't know how that works, but it's been like passed through us. Like we always supposed to be part of a family like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we even trying to like recreate
Mhm.
um
That's
in
what
what
that's what that's what I'm going back to, you know. That's what I want to go back to at the end of the day. Like you said, like we were cut out of a fabric, just the nature of being nomadic and traveling. You're cut off from your original fabric, you know, and you're put in all these different environments and you're taking on new pieces of fabric, new patterns, you know, a whole bunch of new stuff. And you don't it's not that you don't belong to your original fabric, but you just kind of departed and you're just taking on some new experiences.
Yeah.
But I think the goal should be to come back to the original fabric. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or
And
weave
that's what
your
I
own,
want to
man. Weave your own new one, bro.
do. Or that.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Mm.
That's what nomadic is, bro. It's a new
Yeah.
fabric, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Cut from a new
You're
cloth.
right.
Sir.
You're right.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking about like the congas, you know, like the Tanzanian, like how they have all
Yeah,
those
yeah.
different. Every time you say fabric, that's what I'm thinking about.
For
Like,
real,
Yup.
dude. For
and
real.
people even mix those. You know what I mean? Like they,
Yeah.
you've seen like an East and West African conga mix. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's actually crazy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
actually crazy. I might just do that, man. Get some fabric from just like everywhere I've been. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And then make something out of it, man.
that's a dope project,
Like
man.
a quilt. What are they called?
Yeah.
Quilt?
Imagine we took the congas from like all of us, bro. Like from all the places we've been, bro. It would
Bro, I
have
got some in my cupboard, dog.
That would be sick, man. For
it's
sure,
so
dude.
representative of us,
Yo,
you know.
explain to people what a conga is, man.
Yeah, I was about to
So
say.
my
Anyone
bad, my
got
bad.
one?
I
Anyone got
realize
one on
I'm
deck?
using
Matthew,
these
Matthew,
words.
you want to take it? You want to take it? You want to take this explanation?
What, the conga?
Yeah.
Bro, all right, man. The conga is a colorful piece of clothing or cloth
Trying to
of
look.
African origin. Yeah, my boys are really here looking left and right for that conga. But,
I mean, this is the
yo,
closest. This is the closest thing I got, dude. This is the closest thing I
I
Yeah,
got.
mean,
there
that's
we
made
go.
of
Yeah, there
cotton.
we go. There we
that's
go.
perfect. That's perfect.
See,
Like
so we got different flavors, different stories behind each little cloth and design.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
That's like the perfect example, man.
yeah. I got
yeah,
Yo,
different
yo,
different
especially.
let me
mixes in
tell
here.
y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something. One of the biggest producers of those ones is located right here in the Netherlands, my G.
Really.
I was so
They
Yeah,
capping,
appalled when
man.
I heard
They
that,
that's
capping.
bro.
bad. That's BAD, man.
Yo, they just take the design, they just make it, and they just sell it over here. They got the big ass machines, bro. Like they make all them things, bro.
Yeah, dude. That was. We were shopping
Cisco.
there this winter in Burkina, man. And I was like, but we did buy some fresh gear. I won't lie. Like we're not even gonna not gonna cap, but like we asked the people like, yo, because basically like it's like in that situation like Burkinabe fabric or African fabric that's just like sent away, made in Holland, and then sold around the world. Where it's like, man, that comes down to the bigger topic of like keeping production in Africa. You know that's something that we need to be striving for because at the end of the day, it's just
African
another way of
businesses, man.
exploitation. You know,
Yeah,
at
dog.
the end of
Yeah.
the
Like they
day,
selling our own designs to us, bro.
which is like
Yeah.
that's so
For
backwards.
more.
Like
For more.
Ah, for expensive, bro. The design is free, bro. They don't pay anyone for those designs, dude. The design is free, my guy.
minimal,
And then they
like,
It's
just
messed
sell the
up, man.
fabrics. And
Mhm.
like because they already got all the infrastructure and everything, it's calm. There's no
Mm.
one that can compete with that, you know?
Nope. Yeah.
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 It's just
Not
a type of
really.
neo-colonialism, and still going on, man. It's still going on. That's crazy. When you said the biggest whatever was there in Holland, I thought you were talking about your own bando, bro. I thought you were trying to advertise. I thought you were trying to advertise your own place. But
Ah,
that's
Nah.
messed up. That's messed up. They're out here selling it back to Burkina Faso, man. Like,